Namaskar, welcome to Honest Astrologer, and today's video is a very special one. It is about Shani Mahadasha, and we will talk to somebody who has gone through this dasha and has navigated it very successfully, much better than most people I know. Particularly, how did he handle his Shani Ketu, Shani and Shani Shukra? So in my books, Shani Ketu, Shani Shukra is the toughest part of Shani Mahadasha. But this is a man who managed this beautifully, and he is a common man, a man who has a normal job like most of us and a lot of responsibilities, but still managed to navigate this difficult planet. So this person has been my client for 6 or more years and a friend for 5 years, 9 months. So after 3 months of talking, we were like brothers from another mother, and he's a man next to my heart. So please welcome my friend, my client, Vishal Sharma. Vishal, welcome to the channel. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. And interestingly, we've been trying to get on a channel together for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that today we are able to. Thank you.
I mean, I was able to get Parash Trivedi because her I was able to get you.
Well, for me, it's a big honor. His name and my name in the same sentence itself is a little difficult to.
Legend तो एक दो ही होते हैं ना पूरे धंधे में. Even I'm a fanboy, a Parash Trivedi fanboy. Anyways, so first time we talked to each other, it was roughly 6 years ago, and you were going through your Rahu, Guru Rahu period. So how would you explain your Shani period? What were the changes that you faced from going from Jupiter Mahadasha to a Shani Mahadasha?
All right. So, sir, I think it's important to understand a little bit about my Jupiter Mahadasha to understand the Shani Mahadasha, because the contrast will appear only if we understand how the past has been.
Yeah.
So I'll take a couple of minutes to explain that. So Jupiter Mahadasha for me, so Jupiter is my Lagna Lord. It's in my first house. It has been the biggest blessing for me. And Jupiter Mahadasha, just like the blessing goes, was an amazing Mahadasha. I started it off when I was 4 years into my job, and since I started my Jupiter Mahadasha, it was expansion in all aspects of life. My career growth, my family, buying houses. I was in the US that time, so a lot of travel, a lot of client-facing roles, so I was able to project myself a little better. Most importantly, I think the contrast has to be seen from a different aspect. When Jupiter blesses you, right? Like in my first house, and it looks at my 5th and the 9th house. When Jupiter blesses you, it is an unconditional blessing. So, मैं सोचूंगा, I will think of something. Next day it will happen. I will think that I have to do something, and somebody else will come and give me 5 options to do it. My work is appreciated by my bosses to the level where, they absolutely love what I do. And anything and everything I do, however small it is, gets in the limelight in front of people. Right? Now, that has been my Jupiter Mahadasha. Thoda socha, bahut mila. And again, most importantly, now when I look back, see, that time I never understood that part. Now when I look back at my Jupiter Mahadasha, I think there was a little bit of hubris also. कि भाई अपन तो कर लेंगे यार, चलता है attitude, right? हो जाएगा. I was a dreamer to a irrational level. So, if I want to buy a home, I want to buy a summer home, I want to buy a winter palace also.
Wow.
Right? मन में तो मतलब इस तरह के ख्याल. So I would say that the Jupiter Mahadasha definitely gave me everything in life. It gave me growth. It gave me happiness. Of course, not every day and every month and every Antardasha of Jupiter was same, right? There was an Antardasha when I saw one of the lowest periods of my life also, when I lost my father. But the love for him exponentially increased. Obviously he was my best friend and I loved him much more. And then since he's gone, the vacuum is not filled. So that period also I saw in my Jupiter Mahadasha, but it brought me home. It gave me a home here. It gave me multiple homes, right? Now that's how my Jupiter Mahadasha has been. Now let's talk about Rahu, Jupiter Rahu, right? So Jupiter Rahu, अंतर्दशा. Now जब गर्मी में लू चलती है गरम गरम, तो आप जब सुबह सुबह दरवाजा खोलते हो तो पहली बार एक
बबका
लगता है. That is your Jupiter Rahu period, because it starts preparing you for the Saturn period.
Right.
Jupiter Rahu for me was one of the most chaotic periods in many years, right? I started getting into scenarios where I was not knowing what I am doing. In fact, Jupiter Rahu के time पे ही मैं आपको मिला था, right? My question to you, मैं हर एक को यही पूछता रहता था कि what is my purpose, right? मैं काम तो ये कर रहा हूँ, but मेरा purpose क्या है? What am I supposed to do? I was like a headless chicken, thinking where to take my career, where to take my home, on all aspects, not just work. From the work front, so we have a group of astrologers we speak to, हमारा team जो है, I used to talk to them also. What do you think is my purpose? So I wouldn't say I ran into tough times. The money still came in. I still had a great job, a great career, but my purpose was lost, right? And suddenly I didn't know what to do. And that's how it was.
Jupiter mein, did you have a sense of purpose?
Jupiter, absolutely, I had a sense of purpose. But now, when I look back, right, I always feel that that purpose was, I would say, to some extent, a little shallow. It was too positive, too ambitious, too happy-go-lucky, feeling that everything will fall right in place. Correct? But when Rahu came, that purpose was lost, the direction was lost. I had issues at the home front. वहाँ पे मतलब family level पे I was trying to bring everything together. So I would say the Jupiter Rahu period when I met you the first time was one of the most chaotic periods for me, right? But I think what it was doing was it was preparing me for the next Mahadasha, because in my Jupiter, practically I had not seen many failures, right? And that's where my Shani came.
Jupiter, Mercury usually give people a sense of invincibility.
Exactly.
So उसके बाद में शनि केतु जो है सारी खुमारी उतार देते हैं. So
exactly.
I've been through Ketu.
But that's the beauty of Sandhi, when that actually gives you a trailer of what is to come. Right? वो सारा आपका जितना हिसाब किताब है वो पानी निकाल देता है ताकि आप तैयार हो जाओ अगले के लिए.